Welcome to GST Center. Today we will learn more about section 194R, which is recently got effective. That is exactly from 1st July 2022. That is a TDS to be deducted on benefits or perquisites to be provided. So on 16 June 2022, Ministry of Finance had issued a circular, that is circular number 12 of 2022, with a lot of clarifications and examples to make it clear and to avoid confusions among the public regarding section 194R. So let us go in detail and look what are the various points covered in this circular, and I have tried to make it simple to understand within less time. So first, let us understand section 194R, the main points. So as per Finance Act 2022, section 194R is introduced. It is included in Income Tax Act 1961 and it is effective from 1st July 2022. The main points are: any person providing any benefit or perquisite to a resident should deduct TDS under section 194R. Then, the TDS rate is 10% of the value provided. This TDS should be deducted before providing any benefit or perquisites. The benefit or perquisite may or may not be convertible into money. That means it can be cash or kind. Then, it should be arising from carrying out of any business or profession by the person. Then threshold limit is fixed at 20,000, just 20,000 in a financial year. So in this section we will cover how it will be implemented in this year, because the section is getting implemented from 1st July. So 3 months are there: April, May, June. So how it will be affected, we will see. Then lower or nil certificate under section 197 cannot be availed. Then no requirement to check whether the amount is taxable in the hands of the recipient. Okay, and under which section it is taxable. That is none of the duty of the provider or the person who has to deduct TDS. Then let us see the applicability. See, this section is applicable to all assessees, irrespective of whether it is an individual, HUF, partnership firm or companies. All persons has to deduct TDS under section 194R. Then, please note that in 2 scenarios, this section is not applicable. The first scenario is individual or HUF whose sales, groceries or turnover during the immediately preceding financial year is not exceeded 1 crore for business and 50 lakhs for profession. For example, a person is running a business. His turnover for the financial 2021 to 22 was 75 lakhs in case of business. So this section will not be applicable. Okay, and in case of any doctors or chartered accountants who is into profession, suppose their turnover was 40 lakhs in 21-22 financial year. So this section will not be applicable for 22-23 financial year. So they are exempted, but only individuals and HUF. Then, the second scenario for exemption is if any amount provided as benefit or perquisite is covered in any other section which is covered under the TDS as per Income Tax Act 1961, then section 194R will not be applicable. Then, let us see various scenarios or various payments that is happening in the normal business. First, let us see sales or cash discounts and rebates. As you know, in any sales, whether it is service, whether it is goods, whatever it is, there are a lot of discounts or rebates, maybe volume-based discount or cash discounts, whatever it may be. It is common. And what is a discount? It is lesser price of the declared price, sale price. And the customer is also getting a benefit because actually the discount is a benefit to the customer. Okay. So we can call it as a benefit or perquisite which is coming under section 194. But when we include these rebates, discounts, all those things under section 194R, it will create lot of problems, lot of difficulties. So government has excluded the normal discounts and rebates. Okay. So this section 194R is not applicable for normal discounts or rebates. Okay. Then coming to another scenario, which we call as an offer. You can see lot of offers nowadays, maybe online or when you go to a store. So in that case, suppose let us take an example like buy 10 and get 2 free. Means any person who is purchasing 10 items will get 12 items. Okay. So the seller is selling 10 goods but giving 12 goods to the customer. Suppose an item is 100 rupees worth. The value is 100 rupees. When he is selling 12 items, actually he had to collect 1,200. But he is collecting only 1,000 rupees. And when we look from the side of the customer, we can see instead of paying 1,200, he is paying only 1,000 rupees. So he is getting a benefit of 200 rupees. So whether this benefit will come into section 194R, that is the question. So the clarification as per this circular clearly explains that this is not a benefit or perquisite to the customer. Okay. So no TDS is required to be deducted under section 194R. Okay. So in brief, discounts and offers are not covered under section 194R. But please note that some transactions are covered under section 194R. Let us take for examples. When a medical representative is going to a doctor, whether in his clinic, in the hospital or wherever it may be, and he is giving some sample goods, sample medicines, okay. In that case, it is a benefit or perquisite to the doctor, okay. And section 194R is applicable. TDS should be deducted, okay. Then, another scenario is when a person gives incentives, which I covered earlier, other than like discounts and rebates, other incentives in any form or form like cash or kind, say car, TV, computers, gold coin, mobile phone extra. So we can see lot of offers nowadays, is it? All these things comes under section 194R. TDS should be deducted. So it will be a headache for the accounts department or consultants for all these businesses. They have to deduct TDS. Okay. So please note that any samples given or any incentives given other than discounts or offers like that comes under section 194R. Then, suppose let us take another scenario. When a person sponsors a trip for the recipient and his or her relatives upon achieving certain targets, this also attracts section 194R. Suppose a company offers some holiday package to its best distributors. So, distributor is a third party. Okay. When they get any benefit or perquisite like a holiday trip, the company has to deduct TDS. Okay. And let us take another scenario. A company gives free ticket to the FIFA World Cup. Okay. This also attracts Section 194R. When it is promoted to his distributors or agents, whoever it may be, when these tickets are provided, on that amount, he has to deduct TDS and should pay to the guarantee as TDS. Then, coming to the actual scenarios like when we give benefit or perquisites, the company gives it to very different employees or like the business owner, director, managers, like any employee. So in that case, actually the benefit or perquisite is enjoyed by the employees only or the persons only. But actually it is provided to the business entity. So in that case, tax is required to be deducted in the name of the business entity. Okay. Suppose one company is providing any benefit or perquisite to its client's manager. Actually, this benefit is directly given to the manager. But TDS should be deducted in the name of the client's company, that business entity. Clear? Okay. So that should be taken care. Then, let us go in some detail to understand it better. Suppose one pharmaceutical company is giving some free medicines to a doctor who is working in a hospital as an employee. In this case, Section 194R will be applicable. The pharmaceutical company should deduct TDS from the benefit given to the hospital. Okay. And the hospital who is enjoying this benefit or perquisite from the pharmaceutical company can treat it as under Section 17 and deduct TDS under Section 192 of the Income Tax Act, like the TDS to be deducted from the salary of that employee, the doctor. Okay. So first it is taxable in the hands of the hospital, and then the hospital can treat it as a salary expenditure and can deduct it from their income. Also, the hospital can claim TDS under Section 194R when they are filing their return of income. So, in the end, this benefit or perquisite will be taxed in the hands of the employee. So, this is the scenario when the doctors are working as an employee. Then, let us take the second scenario. In many hospitals, consultants will be there. Okay, the doctors can work as an employee or the consultant. So when the doctor is working as a consultant, still Section 194R will be applicable. So here, the hospital who is getting the benefit or perquisites through this doctor who is working as a consultant can show this benefit or perquisite as actually given to the doctor. Okay. Or a easy way is there. The pharmaceutical company can directly give these medicines to the doctor and can show this as a benefit or perquisite given to the doctor instead of showing it as a benefit or perquisite to the hospital. Okay, so in case of consultants, this works out. Then please note that Section 194R will not be applied for a government entity. Okay, as it is a government hospital. Okay, so it is not applicable for non-profit entities. Then, let us take another scenario, which is a social media influence. You can understand a lot of influencers are there, is it, in social medias like YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn, whatever it may be, Instagram and all. So what these influencers do? They promote the products of third parties, okay? And they get some compensation or other benefits through that promotion. So let us take a case study. Mr. Saurav is a social media influencer and approached by Vivo Mobile Company for marketing their mobile phones. So, is there any benefit or perquisite from Vivo company to this social media influencer, Mr. Saurav? So, we need to analyze the situation. What Mr. Saurav will be doing? He will be promoting this Vivo mobile through his YouTube channel. Okay, so he will be showing this as a very good mobile phone, all these features and everything will be explained. So, it will be promoted to many customers. After this promotion, if the product is, the mobile will be given to Mr. Saurav for showing it in his YouTube channel, is it? In his, for taking the video. So, after the promotion, if the mobile is given back to the Vivo company by Mr. Saurav, then there will not be any benefit or perquisite. But when Mr. Saurav is returning, okay, he keep that mobile with him, then it is a benefit. So for that, Vivo company has to deduct TDS and pay to the government. Clear? Then let us take reimbursement of expenses. In many scenarios, you can see expenditures are reimbursed. Is it? The person who is providing any service, he will be incurring many expenses. And as per the contract with the company may be reimbursing these expenses at actual cost. So whether it is a benefit, whether it is a perquisite. So let us see a case study. Mr. Rahul is a consultant rendering service to a company and is receiving consultancy fee. So Mr. Rahul has to travel to different cities in India. And he, of course, incurs boarding and lodging expenses. So regarding boarding and lodging expenses, whether there is any TDS applicability, that is the question. So, let us analyze this situation. I have listed out three situations. The first situation, invoice is in the name of the consultant, Mr. Rahul. And he paid the bill. Okay. So, in this situation, the expenditure incurred for lodging or boarding is actually an expenses for him. So what he can do? He can deduct it as an expense from his income and then he has to calculate the taxable income or profit. So there is no issues. Then, in the second scenario, invoice is obtained in the name of the company by Mr. Rahul. The invoice is in the name of the company. But it is paid by the consultant. Okay. And later what Rahul do? Rahul will submit these bills to the company and company will reimburse it. See, you please understand the situation. Rahul collects the invoice in the name of the company. He pays it from his pocket. Later he submits this bill to the company and he gets the amount. Here also, this expenses is incurred only and exclusively for the purpose of rendering services to the company. It is not a benefit or perquisite to Mr. Rahul. So, section 194R will not be applicable. And let us take the third scenario. Here, the invoice is issued not in the name of the company, but can be in the name of Mr. Rahul. And company is making the payment directly to the hotel where he stays, or it is reimbursed to Mr. Rahul. So the bill is not in the name of the company. In that case, it is a benefit or perquisite provided by the company to Mr. Rahul, that is who is working as a consultant. Okay, so in the third scenario only, section 194R will be applicable, where the bill is not in the name of the company, but the payment is made by the company. Okay, so please note that point. Next, when we are coming to dealer or business conferences, usually conducted by various companies, whether it is a benefit or perquisite to such distributors or agents like such people, we need to check on those points. So the expenditure pertaining to dealer or business conference would not be considered as a benefit or perquisite in certain circumstances. So let us see what are those circumstances in which we don't want to deduct TDS under section 194R. So when the prime object of such conferences is to educate dealers and customers regarding any new product being launched, or any discussion on how the product is better than the others, means competitors, and how to obtain orders from dealers and customers, and teaching the sales techniques to dealers and customers, and addressing any queries raised by such dealers or customers, and reconciliation of accounts with such dealers or customers. So if the prime objective of this conference is any of these points, then TDS under section 194R is not applicable. You don't want to deduct any TDS. But please note that if any of the objective of such conferences is for these objectives, like to provide leisure trip or leisure component to these dealers or customers, or any expenses incurred for family members accompanying these persons, okay, that also will be attracting TDS. Suppose a dealer came with his family. Okay, actually the program was only for the dealers. So the expenses incurred by the family members, if it is paid by the company, then that amount will be attracting section 194R. TDS will be applied. Then, expenditures on participants of dealer or business conference, the expenses incurred for prior stay or overstay. Suppose the conference was only for 1 day, but the dealer stayed there for 3 days. The other 2 days expenses will be attracted TDS. Okay. So this will be subject to TDS as per section 194R. Then, conference in the nature of incentives or benefits to select dealers or customers who have achieved particular targets. Okay, in this case also, if it is the amount is incurred for promoting the dealers through incentive or benefits, then that will be attracted by TDS. Then, now come to the main point, on which value the TDS should be deducted. Especially when the benefit or perquisite is provided in kind. Whether it is a capital asset, whether it is other items, say like computer, laptop, whatever it may be. Okay. So the rule is there, when the value should be identified for any such items, not in cash, fair market value should be taken. Okay, suppose you are giving some laptop as a gift to your distributors. So the fair market value of the laptop should be checked. Okay, so that is the rule, fair market value. But 2 more additional rules are there. If the benefit or perquisite provider has purchased the benefit or perquisite, means you purchased the laptop and had given to these distributors, then the purchase price will be the value. Only on the purchase value you have to deduct TDS. Then, the benefit or perquisite provider manufactures such items given as benefit or perquisite. So, if it is an item which is manufactured by the company itself, then the value should be taken as the on which value this same item, same product is given to the customers. So in two scenarios, when the item is purchased or when the item is manufactured, you need to take purchase price or the price to the customers respectively. Please note that GST should not be taken. Okay. Then there can be a question whether any capital asset like car, land, such items given to any person will be counted as a benefit or perquisite. The answer is yes. Okay. There is no requirement to check whether the perquisite or benefit is taxable in the hands of the recipient also. Straight away, section 194R will be applicable. Okay. Then coming to cash or kind, means section 194R Act is clearly tells the benefit can be given, the perquisite can be given in cash or in kind or partly in cash and partly in kind. So in any such situation, some problem is there. Means when the benefit or perquisite is given partly or only in kind, you have to deduct the correct amount of TDS. So the circular also explains how it should be done. It is a very important point, take care. Otherwise, there is a big chance of making mistakes. So, when cash is not sufficient for deducting TDS, the provider of such benefit or perquisite should take extra care to deduct TDS and to pay to the government. Let us take an example, then you will understand it easily. Tata Motors gifted a car to Mr. Arvind for becoming a top distributor for 2022. How Tata Motors can deduct TDS in this situation? If TDS as per section 194R is applicable, please understand the situation. The car is given. The car is the benefit or perquisite. See, if it is in cash, you could have deduct TDS amount and can give the rest of the amount, balance amount. But when the car is given, from where we will deduct the TDS? So let us understand. So there are two alternatives. In alternative 1, the company can tell, Tata Motors can tell Mr. Arvind to pay tax in the form of advance tax. So Mr. Arvind will pay the advance tax and will give a declaration to the Tata Motors. And the same will be reported in the TDS return also. So 26Q will include any such transactions. So here what happened? Car value is rupees 9 lakhs and Arvind has to pay advance tax, that is 90,000. That is a 10% of the benefit. He got the benefit of 9 lakhs. So 10% of 9 lakhs, 90,000, he has to pay advance tax and to report it to the Tata Motors. So that is alternative 1. In second alternative, if the company is paying TDS, then you should take extra care. See, actually, you had provided the benefit. The car value was 9 lakhs only. Please note that any TDS paid by this Tata Motors on behalf of Arvind, the recipient, is also a benefit to the person, to the recipient. Hope you understand. You had given 9 lakhs worth car. That is a benefit. Again, you are paying some TDS to the government. That is also a benefit to the recipient. So you have to calculate like this. Like car value is 9 lakhs. You have to calculate total benefit value. Means 9 lakhs is the 90% of the benefit. So 9 lakhs divided by 90 multiplied by 100, 10 lakhs. So total benefit will be 10 lakhs. So you have to pay TDS 1 lakh to the government. Understood? So this is the second scenario. The first alternative is the best option. Then, please note that the threshold limit is put it as 20,000. So if the total amount, the total benefit or perquisite provided to the recipient exceeds 20,000 rupees in a financial year, then section 194R will be applicable. Please note that for this financial year, this section is applicable from 1st July 2022. So what we have to do with the April, May, June, 3 months? So the point is, when you are providing any benefit or perquisite to a person, the total value of this 20,000 should be counted from April 1st to March 31st. But you need to deduct TDS from the amount which is given from 1st July 2022. Means any amount will be subject to TDS which is paid after 1st July 2022. Let us take an example, then you will understand it easily. Here 3 cases are given. Up to 30th June 2022, in case 1, 25,000 is paid. In case 2, 10,000 is paid. And in case 3, no amount was given. On or after 1st July 2022, case 1, no amount was paid. Case 2, 15,000 was paid after July. Okay. And in case 3, 25,000 was paid after July. If you take 3 cases, the total benefit or perquisite given is 25,000 in all 3 cases. So it is subject to TDS. Okay. Means 20,000 threshold limit is crossed. But how much amount should be deducted as TDS? That's the question. So TDS applicability in case of 1 is no, means there is no amount paid after 1st July. In case 2, it is yes. The TDS should be deducted because 15,000 was paid after July. Then in case 3, 25,000 was paid after July. So here the action is, in case 1, no TDS to be deducted. In case 2, TDS is to be deducted on rupees 15,000, the amount paid on or after 1st July. And in case 3, under 25,000 was paid after 1st July. So that amount will be coming. So TDS amount is 10%. So case 1, no TDS. Case 2, 5,500 is the TDS amount. And in case 3, 2,500 is the TDS amount. Hope you understood it. Okay. If there is any doubt, you can put it in the comment box. Okay. So hope you have got a clear understanding about section 194R. We have covered various scenarios, how to calculate or how to treat it, whether it is a benefit or perquisite to the recipient, how much amount to be deducted, what are the exemptions. Hope this video was clear. If you like it, click on like button, subscribe us, and you can share with your friends also. Thank you.